Welcome, BMADers. So we're going to do a review today, and we are with my mate Sam at Bridge Motorcycles in Exeter, Devon, the UK, because of course BMAD, people watch it from all around the world. So as you guys know, that I love my Royal Enfield 350 Classic. Jane's got one as well, but Honda have brought out
a new kid on the block.
A new kid on the block. So, is he better? Is he as good? I think the only way is to take it for a test ride, which I'm going to do in a minute. But before that, let's have a look, shall we? So let's look at the points here, Sam. So, obviously disc brake.
Yeah.
ABS twin piston front brake.
Yeah, Nissan calipers.
I tell you what, I'm noticing is the build quality is actually very, very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
LED lighting all round as well.
LEDs, yeah. So the extras on it is this.
Yeah.
Handguards.
And heated grips.
And heated grips. Yeah. So engine size.
Yeah, it's a 349cc air-cooled engine, 21 horsepower and about 29 newton meters of torque.
Right, so the Royal Enfield is 27. So it'd be interesting to see if I'm going to notice any difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. But look at the quality of that engine. Is it fuel injected?
Yeah, fuel injected.
Fuel injected. No, and it's plastic compared to the Royal Enfield, which, do you know the weight of it?
Yeah, 185 kilos wet. So
185 kilos. Yeah, so it's going to be lighter, I would have thought, than the Royal Enfield, because because there's lots of metal on that, isn't there? Where there's plastic on this. But I tell you, I've noticed. How about that? Metzeler tyres. Very nice. Very, very nice. It's bang up to date with all the safety features, the build quality's there.
Yeah.
How much is it?
So just under 4,000. So yeah, it's about 3,900 on the road.
I mean, that compares. So with the Royal Enfield, you've got obviously you've got the Meteor, which is about 3,600. You've got the Hunter, which is about 3,800, and then you've got the Classic, which is about 4,200, I think, on the road. So, it's bang in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to have to take it out for a ride and then come back and see what my views are on it. So it's I think it's a good contender, but I'm not sure how it can beat the Royal Enfield.
Only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. Now I think, there is. So let's go and do it. Right then, let's take this Honda out for a little spin, see if it competes with the Royal Enfield. It looks very nice. Has it got the same character as the Classic? I don't know yet. We'll find out. But right, the seat is higher. The seat is a lot higher. Initial reactions, it's a nice riding position. Clutch is soft, brakes, everything feels lovely. So, and right, off we go. Look at that. So the range is 91 miles to the gallon. So that's about the same actually as the Classic. So it is a competitor for the Classic, obviously. That's why Honda made it. They want to take some sales away from Royal Enfield, don't they? So very nice. Nice take. Clutch feels nice. Yeah, very nice. obviously everything is very tight at the moment, purely because it's it's brand new. So well, with Honda's reputation for reliability, very clearly it's going to be a good one. So they certainly won't produce a motorcycle that's unreliable. It's made in Japan, which is very good, to be honest. So my first feelings are that the engine characteristics are very similar. They've got to be. It's the same CC, you know, so it's gonna have it's a long stroke motor, so it's gonna have similar characteristics, obviously. But the handling, you know, is as you would expect. Yeah, handling's very nice. Yeah, very good. Cracking day. The weather's been awful in the UK for the last 2-3 months really. We've had storm after storm and it's rather lovely, the sun's out. Do I like this or do I prefer my classic? I'll stop in a minute and I'll give you my opinion. It's a beautiful day, absolutely stunning day. Woohoo! What a beautiful day! What a beautiful day. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to go right here and hopefully there's somewhere to park up. I'm just going to pull in here. Yeah, the bike's very nice. I found the gearbox, first, second, third, fourth, great. Then the fifth gear is almost like an overdrive. So I think this is going to be a better bike on the motorway. I think you better cruise at 70, where I think on the Royal Enfield you're screaming at 70, to be honest. I think I'll find out in a minute. But yeah, it's a big difference. But you've got to use the gearbox like you have on the Royal Enfield, because obviously it's 21 horsepower. But the bike is made very well. The brakes are great. The handling's very good. build quality is excellent, does 90 to the gallon, so this is a perfect bike, isn't it? Perfect bike for the city, going to work, you know, just going up on Dartmoor. Can you go touring on it? Of course you can, but you're going to have a bit of an iron butt, because the seat is okay. It's actually more comfortable than I thought it was going to be, but it's not as comfortable as the Royal Enfield. It's difficult to fault it. I tell you what, a couple things really. I don't know why they do it, but the horn is there, indicators there, so of course, bang, I press the horn opposed to change, you know, turning the indicators on. The other thing being also with the dash, you see that light there, eco light? Well, it flickers on when you're driving along and you think, what's that? And you quickly look down thinking your indicators are on, because it's green. You know, to me that's, yeah, do you need an eco light on when you're driving? I don't know. I'm not sure you do you? You just ride, don't you? But all right, these lights, these running lights are on. You've got LEDs. They're on all the time as you're going along. So I think that's a good safety feature. Definitely a good safety feature. Now the extras on it are these. You've got heated grips, and you've got this. So for about 3,800, I know it's staggering, I nearly said 4,800, because you know, you think that's what it should be, but the Honda now have realised, haven't they? They've realised that the Chinese are now producing some very, very good motorcycles. So they're building very good motorcycles, but also at very reasonable prices. So it's yeah, so I think the Japanese are a bit concerned, because they're going to have to compete with Royal Enfield, you know, Vosges, you know, and CF Moto. They're going to have to, so on price as well as build quality. So they've realised that, haven't they? So this Honda is built to compete with Royal Enfield 350s, you know, the Meteor, the Hunter, and you know, the Classic. And I think it does it well, but mainly the main issue really, well, three. The seat is quite hard. There you go. The horn is a little bit too close to the indicators, and the eco light comes on, flickers on as you're riding along, and you think, hang on, are my indicators on? So the other thing for me, because my eyesight is okay, I can see distance, but I can't see close up. So this panel here, there, is a bit too small really. It's quite difficult to see what's there, but it's got all the information you need, but for me it's quite difficult to see. So I think overall, I think the bike is extremely good value. I think it's a matter of preference. I think they both look great. I think my Classic looks great. I think this looks also great, and I think it's, well, personal preferences. It depends on your dealership. It depends if you prefer a Honda. Royal Enfield now make motorcycles that are reliable, they're well built, and quite frankly, you know, they're great bikes. The Honda, you know, Honda's reputation is phenomenal, so this bike is going to be very reliable. So it's all down to style. It's also down to where, how close you are to the dealership. You know, is a Royal Enfield dealership too far away, or is it closest to you? I think there's absolutely nothing in the bikes I think Honda have got a winner with this motorcycle. It's priced right, it's built right, it is right. The seat height is quite tall. Now my Jane's 5'5". She got on it and she was actually on tiptoe. So yeah, you need to consider that. I didn't find it a problem. My inside leg is 29, so I'm a bit short. Yeah, I didn't find it a problem because it's nice and lightweight. No, I think it's very good. I think they scored on the gearbox purely because the ratios, first, second, third, fourth, normal gears, whip it into fifth, you got an overdrive. So I think, and I'll find out in a minute, I'm pretty sure at 70 mile per hour it'll cruise at 70, where on the Royal Enfield I find that 70 mile per hour is about as much. It's in standard form because you can tune them, but in standard form, which my classic is, 70 is just over revving it a bit really. But of course you can do things to the Royal Enfield to make it cruise at 70, lower revs, but of course we're talking money again, aren't we? So this is extremely good value, you know, extremely good value. It's a very basic, very simple bike, and that I love because, you know, less to go wrong, and it, you know, it's just a good bike. I think for touring, Jen and I are planning to do lots of miles. You know, going over the Pyrenees. We also want to go down to Naples in Italy, do some tech runs and things. I think the issue, personally, the Royal Enfield is better for me. The seat, it's just a seat every time really, is a lot more comfortable. But if you haven't got a problem, you know, then obviously you can get padding, can't you, for the seat? So overall, I think it's a very good bike. I think it's very comparable to the Royal Enfield. Would I have bought this one over the 350 Classic if it was out? Probably not, only because of the seat. But as I say, I've got a bad back, so you know, don't take any notice from me. Best bet is to go into a Honda dealer and go for a ride. Take your driving license in and go for a ride and test it out for yourself. I like the bike. I think it's very, very good, and they've done a great job. Right, let's get back to British motorcycles. So honestly, I think that's a great bike. Take one out for a test ride. Conclusion is, down to personal preference, the way they look. Okay, so for me, the Royal Enfield wins it a bit purely because of the comfort of the seat. So there you go, simple as that. Otherwise they're both brilliant bikes. Wow, look at that for a car, beautiful. Let's see how she cruises at 70. Is lovely at 60. mile per hour. The Royal Enfield in standard format doesn't do that. So I think Honda have done well. Right, so the conclusion is, there's the eco light, look. So my feeling is, the bike is very, very good. It's certainly a better motorway bike and dual carriageway bike than the Royal Enfield. It's not as revvy. They got the gear ratios right in top. So yeah, I think Royal Enfield could do something about that, really. But yeah, it's a very good bike. Very good bike. Yeah, very good bike. So it's a great town bike, town city bike, nice and lightweight, easy to park, it's economical. It's saying 91.1 miles to the gallon. It's going to be cheap to insure, I'm sure. Also to service will be cheap. There's not much on it really, is there? But yeah, conclusion is better motorway bike than the classic by a way, to be honest. It's a lot better. But it's not as comfortable. That's the only criticism I have of the bike. But you may not have that problem that I have, purely because I've got a bad back, so you might find it perfectly fine. So secret is going to your local Honda dealer, take one out, go into your local Royal Enfield dealer, take out a Royal Enfield. I think that's the end of my conclusion, really. So thank you very much for your support. Please subscribe if you haven't. Jenny and I've got some brilliant trips lined up for during the summer. Obviously it's winter here in the UK, so we haven't been able to do anything really, but we've got some great trips planned on the Royal Enfields and we're going to have a scream. Yeah, but thanks everybody for your lovely comments. Please put a like or leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please leave a comment, you know, if you agree with me or you don't really. Okay, anyway, love to everyone. In my opinion, yes, very happy with the Royal Enfield 350s. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So I think we did right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. For us, you know, other people will disagree, but I think the Honda 350 or the CB350 is very good.
Yeah. Well, I sat on it, didn't I, up in the showroom, and I couldn't reach the ground very well because I'm short. The seat's wider.
Yeah, I did mention that earlier, actually. Yeah, I think there's a few things that need addressing, but you know, there are people out there going to love it and prefer it. It's a better motorway bike. I got to be honest. The gearing's better. Yeah, it'll do 70 on the motorway.
Yeah.
But no, I just no. There you are. There's Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
No, we did right.
Yeah, brilliant.
Anyway, next time. Anyway, back to Tenerife in the next episode. All right. Cheers.